Yep. Okay, the recording is up. I'm gonna say this here. Didn't realize it in the last one, but because of this fuck ass PlayStation, you can't hear Seb in the recording. So I have a co-caster, but you can't hear them. He's here in spirit, yeah. So our bands are mhm. Uh so we're banning Zarya and Venture and Freya. So banning out, we're mostly banning out people here. We're not really banning for a comp. I mean, Zarya is just a really decent ban overall, but this is very much just like target banning Max here on the Venture, Zucchini Pants, and counter target ban onto Ripley for the Freya. I don't think anybody else in the team plays Freya. Sigma's a good ban. That's a very meta pick. Tor played it last game. Would probably play it again. And an Ana ban is good. That ban's out. I don't think so. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. So this is a lot of target ban, mostly. I think that makes sense. Yeah. BAP could make sense. Although, I mean, this is coming out of this. This is coming out of Team Red here. God, they just don't know. A lot less agency. If
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Hello? Alright, okay, my mic is working for the...
And you were human. And I'm much pickier when it comes to flesh.
Yeah, I have my controls set now. So yeah, we're just looking at a forward hold here from blue team. We're on some really good heroes. Max is on Genji here. We're gonna see how this goes. He's been practicing it recently. To pull out in a... that's what I think it is, yeah, playable. So this is a Genji mirror here from Max and Ripley. We got a Xion on the flank. So yeah, they're immediately pushed back. Red are taking a lot of this space here, especially with Doom. Yeah, Doom is trying to get rid of the Genji here. This is a good play. And then Xion has just biked in from the other side. That is risky. Got out though. So yeah. It's a bad matchup for Red, but I think Red can play this in a good way. Especially Kurt's a very inexperienced. Oh my god, that's a good hook. That is a really good kill for blue here. Elijah just got too ballsy on that flank there. Just like... Max is trading back out Ripley though. Ripley got really overextended here, straight in this side room. Just managed to get himself hooked down. Yeah, as he's saying here, so a chain gets him killed. But it's his fault for getting chained, right? Being in a position where he can get chained. Doomfist in, punching the Bap. Yeah, Hog's not turning for this. He's just looking at the back line. Rush out of red. Just gonna try and take this straight through. Max is in the back line on the Juno here. Let's see if he can actually secure a kill. Juno's really won, but he's just whiffing like 4 shots in a row. Now standing in front of their whole team. Manages to kill the Juno with a deflect. That's really huge. Elijah trades Max out. Hog hooks the Genji, gets another kill. It's a 4v3 here. Doomfist ulting to get out. Yep. Fat Boy lives another day. Yeah, nothing to show for it. Doomfist is playing and making another play here with the charge front straight into the Baptiste. Can't get a finish. Just goes wide on the payload, so he can't really... He doesn't have that range. This Hog is one here. There's no lamp. I didn't even see this. Max just killed Elijah in the backline. Now he's blading. Kills Juno. That's really good. He's just whipping blades. Somehow finally gets the Kiri. Daniel gets the trade out on Max, but that is just a fight win from Max. 3 picks here in the backline, all solo. That's just going to secure another minute on the hold for blue team. Back to the neutral. A very, very strange high noon here from Elijah, but still manages to find Matthew. This doesn't get out of the way in time. There's a Hog ult out from blue. Ripley is now Dragonblade in the backline. Literally can't find anything. All these resources used. Nobody baited it out. He went in completely raw. There was no other attention being taken away from him, so he just can't secure anything here. But does make the space for red here to push up. Matthew comes out with a soldier ult, yeah, and a Bap ult here. The rush goes... rush gets cancelled, I think? I'm not even sure what happened, but yeah, blue just has the dominance here, especially with that soldier ult taking over. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe it got caught on some, because he didn't die until the ult had already been cast. Maybe he just got caught on some, an obstacle and just was completely negated by the terrain. That's a really good hook from Kurt here. Daniel ults out, gets a huge kill from Nick and Daniel on both their supports. This is a lot of space now for red. Max is 1. Their tank is dead now. This 4. Max manages to get 1 in the backline, but dies to Ripley and Elijah on the end. But that was really, really good from Daniel there. That Doomfist punch was humongous for their push. Yeah. That Mizuki. Yeah, that Mizuki's causing them a lot of issues for now, I think. Even just chaining down their DPS who are trying to make something happen in the backline. It's a big problem for them. Mizuki is currently a very, like, high-quality S-tier character in the meta. And I don't think that transfers into these players' playstyles. I don't think they know shit. That was a really good hook onto Ripley there from the Hog. Chained onto Ram, kind of wasted. There's a... Max just demolishes the... Yeah, Max just demolishes the, Cass. Pushed way too far in there somehow. The Cass ended up in the castle. Pretty much just killing himself there, and Max finds that opportunity. Just like really bad positioning out of the Cass there. Elijah, that is something that he tends to do. He gets, not full of himself, but really will find him out of position very far into their team sometimes. Once again, a really far in the back Cass ult. I think these kind of high noons can sometimes turn out well. Ripley gets a really good... This is just great, like a Juno. That's a great Dragon Blade from Genji. Obviously, I didn't really highlight that. I didn't see it happening. I was looking at the high noon, but that high noon distracted them. They kind of backed up straight into Ripley on the Genji, who had a big flank blade. He's just chained out, just way too far, and somehow gets away with his life here. Or maybe not even. Max is chasing this down, but has the support of his team. Both Genjis there, just well supported. Another hook goes wide on Cassidy there. Tank's playing on the bridge here. There's a Genji 1v1 up here. Yeah, I'm gonna look at this. Suzu. Yeah, this is probably gonna go for way to Rezakiri. Max needs to link back up with his team here on the side. The card is there. They just managed to get it through with that Curie ult. Yeah, they're pushed back. They were pushed back a lot by the Cassidy there. There's a lot of damage coming through from red team, and so they kind of had to find their space. A really deep fight happening here. Max just Ripley just finds himself too far into the blue team there. The health pack can't save him. Neither can his supports, considering they are not trying to die. Yeah, this Ram's got this really neutral position here, just trying to find something. This Hog is getting aggressive as he should. The Soldier ult is very risky and dies for it. Yeah. Hook onto Juno, just barely survives with the Suzu. Misplaced headshot. Another really shallow high noon. Max mistimes the deflect and dies to it. That's a good opening for them. That's a good opening by Elijah on that high noon kill. The Hog ult here is very powerful in a very closed space right here. Ram just barely lives. There's a Dragon Blade from Ripley straight onto the backline. For some reason targeting this Hog still gets a kill. Did find one before it though. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's possibly just a miss. This is an okay BAP ult here. Yeah, just to close up this lane. Mizuki ult on point is really powerful here. Max is just gonna get completely died on the Dragon Blade. Misses. Okay. Goes in for the Kiriko, strangely. He could have killed the Juno there very easily and had 2 kills on the support, but it's just like no vision here. But Red, just the Ram ult finishes that off, especially after all of those support ults are used early into the fight, and they managed to cut that out. That was a well played round from Red. The comeback is very
Initiating match.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what they tried. You know, they tried touching, but the Ram ult, they just shuts them down. That was really played from Red Team. There was a really long hold there on the defense from Blue. Yep. It was a very dominant show from Red. The first fight that they played on the skirmish at the gate, at the first choke, they did hold that, but it was just a dominant showing from Red. They really pulled through there. Blue just lost their footing, especially with the tank swap. They just haven't an experience. Code on Roadhog is a very he's an adaptive video game player, but he just has very little experience on a game like this on Overwatch. Like he's a deadlock player, and that somewhat transfers. But yeah, he's got good mechanics, but I think it's the specific game sense that comes to Overwatch just lets him down a little bit, and not because he's bad, just doesn't know what to do, especially against a ram pick into the Hog there. It's just kind of Now Ryan here. Ryan is dominant on just this point. Ripley on Tracer is something I didn't think I'd see on this objective. It's really hard for the Tracer to actually be effective, especially in this situation where Blue have such a covered walk up. There's a sim pick out of Matthew again. The charge goes wide onto nothing, but he's really just locking this down. Yeah, Nick, yeah, Ripley, the Tracer, there's just only one place he can go, and it's very predictably gets shut down by the Baptiste. But they just push too wide, the Rhine doesn't die quick enough, and they can come back from that with only one down. Yep. Daniel's playing high. Just really trying to take as much space as possible. Yeah, and the blue team just fall over from the poke here. It's really just those fire strikes and the Rhine just makes a lot of difference, especially with the Cass in the backline. They just have far more on command poke than their team does on Vendetta and Symmetra. It's a really interesting play to make here. We're onto D.Va here. We're going to look to take this high ground now. Just leave these quick repositions. Means a lot. Daniel's going for a big shatter here. Hits just the D.Va, but charged into the backline. That is, they are down a tank. Ripley pulses a lamp, but red here, especially without their blue without their tank. Red is just going to have all this space in the world. Cass is just going to have the wide open lane to do as much poke as possible here, and just manages to find one. It was a good play from Daniel here on the Reinhardt, that shatter. Obviously he was looking for more, but manages to find the one that matters. I'm not seeing this D.Va actually being played how I'd expect it to be. He needs to take this space. That is a very strange carry ult here. There was kind of no pressure. It was a very disconnected fight. That's really strange. I guess the idea is to just hold them off for a little bit, but it's too far back for them to actually make a play out of. Vendetta, Max is here making a play onto the Tracer here, just locking down this high ground, trying to give Blue one more angle that they can attack from. Daniel is going to go in there and just finish that off. Blue just too slowly makes the space here, especially with the tank missing. They really need to do something. Ripley's just poking, as his job is right now. He's just a mosquito. The sim ult just doesn't do anything though. They just like don't take the space that the ult like provided them, and the Ryan obviously can just do whatever he wants into that, right? He's just a melee fighter with shield piercing. That sim ult doesn't really matter. Is a really ballsy, very pointless Wuyang ult. I'm losing my words here. Elijah once again gets just a single high noon kill onto Max here, just shutting Max down on every single one of his dive options with this high noon. That's mostly all that he's done with it this game, and it seems to work. Ripley gets a really great pulse bomb kill onto Sim here, onto Matthew, just to like stagger the fight a little bit more. Max is just all inning here to try and touch. There's a D.Va bomb here. It kills. So now they're up to. Daniel manages to find one onto their support. Max is dead on point there. It's just really a desperation play to try and like keep the game alive, but Red is just able to lock this down. It's just a superior comp with it's just dominance here, right? The Ryan is so strong just on this point. You really have to invest into playing against it, and I think it's just their tank picks don't know how to play into this Ryan here, and it just lets them lock it down. Ripley is really good on being a mosquito. And then